Of jealousy that is permeating throughout this entire league toward Caitlin Clark is nasty work. Paige Bueckers live on Sue Bird's podcast, and you can see it on her face during the pregame telecast, the disgust and the sickness she has when it comes to Caitlin Clark. It must be studied. Damn, homie. In high school, you was the man, homie. What the hell happened?
For months, the mainstream sports media and the WNBA establishment tried to sell fans a massive, carefully crafted narrative. They sat behind their polished desks, looked straight into the camera, and insisted that the intense tension, the hard fouls, and the blatant, unapologetic disrespect directed at Caitlin Clark were nothing more than the heat of competition. They smiled for the cameras, acted as if everything in the league was perfectly fine, and attempted to hide the uncomfortable reality behind closed doors. They wanted everyone to believe that it was simply hard basketball. But the truth always finds a way to surface, doesn't it? Raw emotions cannot stay hidden forever. Then, in a moment that completely shook the WNBA world and sent social media into overdrive, the mask finally appeared to slip. Paige Bueckers, one of the biggest stars in women's college basketball and the player many believe the media wanted to promote as the sport's next major face, was suddenly caught doing the one thing no public figure ever wants to do on camera, appearing to admit feelings of jealousy. But that's not even the most astonishing part of the story. While critics were busy feeding their own envy and debating the situation across podcasts and social media, Caitlin Clark chose a different response. She didn't issue a polished PR statement, nor did she fire back with an angry post online. Instead, she walked into WNBA All-Star Weekend, flipped the switch, and elevated her performance to another level. From the very first night, she seized control of the MVP conversation, turning the league's biggest and most prestigious showcase into what many viewed as her own statement performance. And if Paige Bueckers' apparent jealousy surprised you, just wait until you see the stunning reality check that Angel Reese reportedly had to face while the entire basketball world was watching. Don't blink, because the true colors of this ongoing debate have now been placed under the spotlight.
You know, when you be watching like Law and Order and they got evidence in different cases they got to lay out on the table, don't go nowhere. We got a bunch of little evidence here, okay? Not easy emotions to deal with. Take a listen at what Paige Bueckers had to say here.
And then it just felt like women's basketball just took the world by storm. And
Caitlin Clark.
To understand why so many people believe the league's front office is under intense pressure, you first have to look at the psychological battle unfolding behind the scenes. Many of these players are seasoned veterans who have spent their entire careers being the stars of their teams, commanding attention, and setting the standard. Then, seemingly overnight, a young player from Iowa arrived and became the center of the basketball world. Suddenly, arenas were packed, television audiences surged, and national attention reached new heights. Yet, in this narrative, much of the spotlight shifted to number 22 instead of the established veterans. During a widely discussed media appearance, the pressure surrounding that reality appeared to become impossible to ignore. Paige Bueckers was questioned about Caitlin Clark's growing popularity and remarkable impact on the sport, and the conversation quickly sparked widespread debate. She also shifted the discussion toward the broader topic of player compensation, attempting to redirect attention from Clark's influence on the league's popularity and financial growth. To many observers, this was far more than an ordinary interview moment. They viewed it as a revealing glimpse into the emotions surrounding Clark's rapid rise. It reinforced what many fans have been arguing for months, that the tension seen on the court extends beyond basketball itself. In their view, it is fueled by pride, competition, and frustration over who receives the biggest endorsement deals, the sold-out arenas, and the global spotlight. Whether that interpretation is accurate remains a matter of opinion, but the debate has continued to dominate conversations, and many believe the league can no longer ignore the questions that have been raised.
Why do women deserve more money?
Women should have more money because they have period cramps. They need to give birth.
Rivals competing against her, and constant debate surrounding her influence on the sport, many wondered how a once-in-a-generation talent would respond to such an intense spotlight. Caitlin Clark answered the only way she knew how, by letting her performance speak for itself. Heading into the WNBA All-Star Game, the spotlight was expected to celebrate the league's established veterans. It was meant to showcase the existing hierarchy and remind fans of the stars who had long defined the league. But Clark had different plans. From the moment she stepped onto the hardwood, she played with confidence, composure, and relentless determination. She wasn't simply participating in another exhibition game. She was making a statement. Every deep three-pointer she knocked down energized the crowd. Every difficult shot demonstrated her remarkable range, and every no-look, perfectly timed assist highlighted her exceptional court vision. With each possession, she reminded everyone why she had become one of basketball's biggest attractions, delivering a performance that kept the spotlight firmly fixed on her and fueled even more conversation across the basketball world.
Where I don't want other people to succeed. Like, I want everyone around me to succeed, like, more than I want myself to succeed. Like, I just want great for
In your face. The signs.
She controlled the game with remarkable confidence and composure, commanding the floor in a way that naturally drew the attention of the entire arena. As the action unfolded, much of the crowd's focus remained fixed on her, while many of the other all-stars faded into the background of the night's biggest storyline. By the final buzzer, even her toughest critics had to acknowledge the impact she had made throughout the weekend. Many fans believed she had firmly established herself as one of the event's defining stars. Rather than simply outperforming the competition, she delivered a performance that reinforced why so many people consider her one of the brightest young talents in basketball. But the story didn't end there. The most talked about twist came as fans compared performances across the weekend. While Caitlin Clark was making highlight plays, generating headlines, and strengthening her growing reputation, attention also shifted toward Angel Reese. Her performance became the subject of widespread discussion online, with several missed point-blank layups circulating across social media and fueling debates among fans. Those moments quickly became talking points, adding another dramatic chapter to an already unforgettable All-Star weekend.
Human beings in the world, and we carry so much on our shoulders.
I feel like we're fearless.
I'm gonna keep it real. Casual sports fans?
The contrast on the court became one of the biggest talking points of the night. While fans erupted with excitement for nearly every highlight Caitlin Clark produced, attention also shifted to Angel Reese, whose missed opportunities around the basket quickly spread across social media. To many viewers, those moments highlighted the difference in how each player's performance was being perceived during the event. For supporters of Clark, it felt like a powerful moment of validation after months of criticism, physical play, and non-stop debate surrounding her impact on the league. They believed that when the spotlight was at its brightest and the entire basketball world was watching, Clark delivered on the biggest stage. The rivalry that had dominated headlines for months seemed, in the eyes of many fans, to produce a one-sided conversation fueled by Clark's standout performance. Critics found themselves with fewer arguments as the discussion continued to shift in her favor, and many observers felt the WNBA landscape had entered a new era. Social media remained filled with debates over Paige Bueckers' widely discussed comments, Angel Reese's difficult moments during the game, and Clark's continued rise as one of the sport's biggest attractions. To countless fans, the message was unmistakable. The league's longtime hierarchy was being challenged. Rather than waiting for the spotlight to be handed to her, Caitlin Clark earned it with her play, forcing the basketball world to recognize her growing influence and cementing her place among the game's most talked about stars.
The energy done got real weird around here, and I don't understand why.
Buddy, I'm handing the microphone over to you because I want to hear your take on this entire situation. Were you surprised by the comments that sparked so much discussion? And what do you think about Caitlin Clark's performance compared with everyone else on the biggest stage? Share your honest, unfiltered opinions in the comments below. If you want more in-depth basketball coverage, the latest WNBA news, and the biggest stories from around the sports world, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another update. We bring you the biggest conversations, and Caitlin Clark continues to give basketball fans plenty to talk about.